Okay, hello physics friends. I'm going to do another conservation of momentum example for you today. This is one where two objects bounce off one another. So I have object A, which has 2 kilogram mass, moving with a speed of 5 meters per second, and object B that initially has 4 kilograms and a speed of 0. A is going to run into B, it's going to bounce, and then these are our final conditions here. B moves off to the right with a speed of 3 meters per second, and I want to know what the final speed of A is and its direction. The other thing we're going to check is whether or not this is the special elastic collision or if it's inelastic. And remember, elastic is special because not only is momentum conserved, but energy is also conserved. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. So this again is a conservation of momentum problem. And remember that momentum, or P, is equal to the mass of the object times its velocity. And so conservation of momentum would tell me that the total momentum of the initial side must equal the total momentum of the final side. And I have to take into consideration all objects that are in the system. So the total momentum would be the momentum of A plus the momentum of B. And so that would be the mass of A times its initial velocity plus the mass of B times its initial velocity. And again, I need the total momentum on the final condition, so I need to sum the momentums of both A and B after the collision. So that would be the momentum of A times its final velocity plus the momentum of B times its final velocity. Okay? So plugging in my numbers here, I have 2 times 5, but the initial velocity of B is 0, which makes my life so easy. I can just take that right out. Okay? And now I can set it equal to my final side. So I have 2 times V final of A, which is what I want, plus the mass of B, which is 4, times its final velocity, which is 3. Okay? So this is simple math. That's 2 times 5, that's 10, is equal to 2VF plus 12, and I want to solve for VF. So I subtract 12 from 10, that leaves me with a negative 2 equals 2VF. So divide by 2, divide by 2. VF is equal to negative 1 meter per second. Cool! Does the negative matter here? Well, absolutely. Remember, when we're talking about velocity, that has the number part and a direction part. So the 1 is the number part, or the speed, so the ball has a speed of 1 meter per second. But the negative tells me the direction that the ball is going to be moving in. And I can go ahead and look back on my initial conditions, and I saw that we said that moving to the right is a positive 5 meters per second. So that tells me that the negative sign would indicate movement to the left. Okay. So ball A ran into ball B. Ball B moved off to the right, but ball A bounced back and is actually headed in the left direction. Okay. Alright, now let's look at whether or not it's elastic or inelastic. So in this case here, we have to compare kinetic energies. So we need to look at the total kinetic energy of the system initially and compare it to the total kinetic energy of the system at the end. If they're the same, then the collision is elastic. If it's not, then it's inelastic. Okay? So we need total kinetic energy initial, and we're going to see if it equals total kinetic energy final. Alright, so kinetic energy is the energy of motion, so I really only need to concern myself with the objects that are moving. So in the initial conditions, only object A is moving, so the total kinetic energy depends on the motion of object A, or mass A, times its initial velocity squared. Okay? And I want to see about if whether or not that equals the total kinetic energy after the collision. And so both of these objects are moving after the collision, so I need to sum the kinetic energies of both objects. So this would be 1/2 MA V final squared plus 1/2 MB V final squared. Okay? And again, I'm checking to see if these are equal. Alright, so I have 1/2 2 times 5 squared. The question is, does that equal 1/2 2 times negative 1 squared plus 1/2 4 times 3 squared? So 5 squared is 25 times 2 is 50 divided by 2. That leaves me with 25 joules of energy on the initial side. And negative 1 squared is 1 times 2 is 2 divided by 2. That's 1 joule plus 9 times 4 divided by 2 would give me 18 joules. So I have 25 joules of energy on the initial condition, and then after the collision I only have 19 joules. So that means that they are not equal, the initial kinetic energy and the final kinetic energy, which tells me that this collision is inelastic. Kinetic energy was not conserved. Okay? There's always a chance if it bounces that it could be conserved, so you should always check that. Okay? Especially if the problem asks for it. Hope that helped, physics friends, and we'll see you again soon.